I know your logical brain has helped you achieve great success as a tech professional, but it is also keeping you from getting to the next level in your career. People and leaders don't get influenced by your logical way of communicating. That needs to stop right now. My name is Aditya Guthey, communication coach for tech professionals. When your manager asks you a question, you're explaining Mahabharata with a great level of intellectual detail that he doesn't care about. When you're in a team meeting, you're probably explaining Ramayana no one understands about. Or when your spouse asks you for a favor, you're giving a logical response that is pissing her off. That kind of communication won't serve you very well in your career, as it pushes people away. And growing into leadership roles is all about effectively influencing people. First of all, I want to validate that it makes sense why you want to provide a logical and detailed response. Because our jobs is all about figuring out those little logical details. However, many studies show that people cannot be influenced with pure logic. Here is how you want to respond instead. Step number 1, stay at a high level. What do I mean by that? Let's say your manager asks you a question, Aditya, what is the status of the project? And you answer, manager, the status of the project is green. We are good to deliver by 15th of this month. That's it. That's all your manager needs to know. He asks the status of the project and you answer, the status of the project is green. Staying at a high level, answering precisely what your manager asked for, instead of explaining all the details like, oh, manager, yesterday I moved the file from server A to server B, and then some issue happened. I had to wait on Vijay to give me the next file, but he didn't give. Stop. Your manager doesn't care about all these details. All he asked is, Aditya, what is the status of the project? And you just respond to that in a one-liner sentence at a very high level. So that's step number 1, stay at a high level. Big picture. Strategy number 2, focus on the outcome and not on the process. Let's say you're in a meeting with a room full of leaders and you want to convince them why idea A is better than idea B. Instead of focusing on the process, like idea A is better than idea B because a lot of people put in a lot of efforts into building this idea A, which is the latest and greatest technology. No one cares about the process, so stop. Instead, focus on the outcome. Idea A is better than idea B because idea A can generate X amount of revenue compared to idea B. If they ask you more questions, then you support your statement with data. One of my leadership coaches said that if you want them to pay attention to you, you have to talk to them about things they care about. So by focusing on outcome that idea A can bring, you are talking about things that they care about. And that's how you can influence somebody. So that's strategy number 2, focus on the outcome and not on the process. Strategy number 3, listening between the lines to get to the heart and soul of the other person. Many years ago, my wife came to me complaining that, honey, we don't spend quality time together. I was pissed. I was like, what do you mean we don't spend quality time together? So I prepared an Excel sheet of the amount of time we spent together over the past 2 weeks and showed it to her in a very logical way, of course. See how much time we spent together. What do you mean we don't spend quality time together? Of course, it pissed her off even more. So instead, this new strategy around listening between the lines to get to the heart and soul of the other person. What she really needs is a feeling of being loved. And if I listen between the lines, that's what she means when she says, let's have quality. We don't spend quality time together. So I instead bought her flowers and told her, honey, I love you. Can we spend some time watching a movie? Boom, that's it. That's all she needs to hear. And we did not end up arguing, and she never brought that issue up again. So by listening between the lines and getting to the heart and soul of the other person, you can diffuse the situation and have a normal conversation. Maybe if it is not the wife, it is a customer you have to face and who's getting frustrated. So instead of responding to the angry customer with logic, just acknowledge the frustration. Maybe by saying that, it makes sense why you're frustrated. This must be really tough on you. By getting to the heart and soul of the other person, we diffuse the situation and boom, you can get back to having normal conversation again. So that's strategy number 3, is to listen between the lines to get to the heart and soul of the other person. In summary, we spoke about 3 strategies on how you can step out of your logical way of communicating into a more influential way of communicating so you can expand your influence and thrive in your career. Let me know in the comments below what strategies you found most useful and what other strategies you have used in the past to effectively influence others. Thank you for watching.